You know how hard you can push back when you like, all I have is me and God. Like, I can't ain't nobody gonna come through paying this rent and bill for me, or ain't nobody gonna come through and rescue me. It's just, you literally like, you scrapping, you like, you fighting your way out of this corner.
Yeah, but you say it's just you and God. That's all you need.
That's so true.
Like, that's all you need, man. I done spent so much time alone in my apartment, like, because I feel like my life and like everything was setting me up for it. You know what I'm saying? I always had a roommate, so when I got to my apartment now, it's just me, and I had nobody to talk to. Like, I still, you know what I'm saying? Like, if my girl isn't there, I be there by myself, like chilling, praying, you know, like talking to God out loud, and you know, He's got me through a lot. So I know, like, that's all I need. That's
a word right there. All you need is you and God. And so, look, don't y'all go nowhere. I want to come back and talk about not only some of Anthony's ridiculous dreams, but how we're challenging you all to live your ridiculous dreams and some of the like practical things to do that. You just heard us tell some real truths of, hey, when it's time to pay rent and bills and I'm out here, you know, living on a dream, how do you monetize that? So that dream, and like I said, it may not always be entrepreneurship. It may be, my dream is to finish school. Well, there are going to be some barriers there. My dream is to write this book. My dream is to have a family, or whatever the case may be. There are going to be some things and some people that might get in your way. We're going to talk about that. Don't y'all go nowhere. I mean, y'all can get some snacks, but you got to come right back. Come right back right here on the Activation Hour. I'm your girl, Melissa D, hanging out with Anthony Hezekiah from Living Our Ridiculous Dreams. We're right here, tuned in on 108 Praise Radio, where we're always voicing the gospel.
Amen.
Writing out wrongs helped me a lot because it taught me how not to use my anger, but to use my pen and write down my emotions, because I'm always using my anger with me. But it taught me that, and it taught me that people out there is getting bullied, and we need to actually know how to stop it.
I like to share these words of encouragement with you from our pledge card. So if you repeat after me, I will use my voice to impact change.
I will use my voice to impact change.
I am stronger than my circumstances.
Yeah, man, I was real smart. You know, I'm a nerd at heart, for real, for real. But what had happened is, once I got in the streets, I had to become a beast. You know what I'm saying?
Body miss is I love to say this. One thing the people miss, the body miss, is one important element that's not in the spirit or the fruit of the spirit. One word that's not mentioned in the fruit of the spirit. But if you don't have that, then the fruit of the spirit will not produce properly for you. That is called endurance. We don't have the...
In the morning when I open my eyes,
him in the evening. I praise him because I love him. It's not just about receiving, even though I'm gonna reap all of the benefits. Now serving, I never quit. Like hammer, I'm too legit. As I look up at the sky, the breeze blow across my face. I gaze up at the stars, then I think about his grace. Never take it for granted. His love is so enchanting. The world, it just can't stand it. Got the devil in a panic. So copacetic, I got the urge and I can't let it go. To praise him at all time, man, that is so critical. The redeemer of my soul, my God is so incredible. Without a doubt, I gotta give him praise. Here I go.
24 hours a day, the Lord God has made a way. 24 hours a day, and now I gotta give him praise. 24 hours a day, the Lord God has made a way. 24 hours a day, and now I gotta give him praise. Come on, come on, come on and clap your hands. Come on, come on, come on and do your dance. You dance, and praise him 24 hours. Come on, come on, come on and clap your hands. Come on, come on, come on and do your dance. You dance, and praise him 24 hours. Made a decision the other day to put sin aside and to come your way. You have so many blessings to offer me. Sometimes I am blind and I cannot see that you are my one and only. My life is because you created me. You made me, you shaped me, you mold me, and that's the reason why. Lord, I choose you, 'cause I put you first in my life. You brought me through. I don't care what they say about me. Lord, I choose you, 'cause you're my guiding light. You brought me through.
Righting our wrongs helped me a lot because it taught me how not to use my anger, but to use my pen and write down my emotion, because I'm always using my anger with me. But it taught me that, and it taught me that people out there is getting bullied, and we need to actually know how to stop it.
I like to share these words of encouragement with you from our pledge card. So if you repeat after me, I will use my voice to impact change.
I will use my voice to impact change.
I am stronger than my circumstances.
Thank you for hanging out with us. We had a few technical difficulties. The devil mad. It's all right though. We're gonna shut that down and do this thing again. So if you missed the first half, that's all right, because we're gonna make sure that you don't miss any of the good stuff that Anthony and I talked about. Again, I'm in the studio with my boy, my friend, my brother, Anthony Hezekiah, aka Heezy, for those of you that know us from our Valdosta State days. But he is an entrepreneur, founder, and owner of the lifestyle brand Living Our Ridiculous Dreams, aka Lord. Check out the shirt. So Anthony has dropped some real powerful, inspirational stuff as we were talking during the first half of the show. So if you missed it, you got to go back and recap on some of that. So shout out to the IG fam, Facebook fam, all of you that are tuned in. So make sure you share this. We called it Living Our Ridiculous Dreams, not just to pay homage to the brand, but if you missed the first part, Anthony, you talked about, hey, you know, you had a dream when you were living in your hometown in Valdosta, and you were like, hey, I just want to, make it to an apartment in a gated community or whatever. So whatever, yeah, you might have a dream on some level. For you, hey, it was something that you had not seen or experienced before. So that was a ridiculous dream at that moment. But when you really went to the next level of your dreams, it had to be a crazy, ridiculous dream, right?
Yep.
So you started the brand, and before the break, if y'all didn't catch it, I kind of summed up the story he was telling about the truth behind living his dream, your dream, the entrepreneurship part. Is one, you have to really kind of acknowledge where you are. He's like, hey, I started off broke and I knew I wanted to do something here. I prayed about it. You spent a lot of time with God about it. And then the next thing was try not to avoid. You told a really good story about avoiding the one person that was going to help you get to where you got to go. Right. So what I want to back up and deal with that second point about avoid. So when we're trying to live our dreams, I got another word for avoid: sabotage. Sometimes we self-sabotage, right?
Yep.
So what are some things that stood in your way or essentially caused you to sabotage or avoid what you had to do for your dream?
The first word is fear.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like fear for me is I recognize fear. You know what I'm saying? I acknowledge, what fear is, because fear will hold you back. Plain and simple, fear will hold you back from your destiny, your dreams, your journey, like whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time we too scared. Either we scared to fly or we scared to fail, but we scared of something.
Yeah.
And
it's almost paralyzing. So it's like you get stuck, or you essentially avoid just doing the one thing you're afraid of. So in that situation, the coach that you mentioned, why? And sometimes whether it's people we're avoiding or situations, because we just don't know, we don't have enough information, so we're afraid of what we don't know.
Right.
Or people that are going to challenge you, because your coach challenged you in a way that you weren't probably used to.
Yep. And the only thing he said was, "How's the brand coming?" And I knew it wasn't coming. It was, you know what I'm saying?
So sometimes the fear is, I don't want to tell the truth because I ain't got it as together as I think.
I ain't on my game, as much as I should have been.
Yeah. Wow. Do you think it's people avoid being honest about where they are?
Absolutely.
Talk about that.
Because really we live in an age of social media, you know what I'm saying? Which it's a great tool, but at the same time, if you got an Instagram with X amount of followers, you know what I'm saying, those people, either they're going to expect you to, live a certain way, or you think they expect you to live a certain way.
Exactly.
So, you know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to say yo, this is exactly where I am on my journey, you'll try to say I'm somewhere else and I'm not.
And man.
And eventually it gets exposed.
It does eventually get exposed. Y'all, this happens to me every week, that whoever I have come through, I feel like I know God sends y'all here to speak, not just to me, but to my audience. I honestly, I didn't intend to go there today, but I'm there right now. I'm like, look, this thing is hard. Whatever dream it is, there's going to come a time in you pursuing, living, walking out that ridiculous dream. It's called ridiculous for a reason. It's gonna sound crazy. It's not going to be conceived by the natural eye. You're not even gonna understand it, because even though you're the visionary, God gave you the vision for the dream, but that doesn't mean it's gonna make sense.
That's true.
So it's really hard to walk out something that makes absolutely no sense to you. There's nothing logical about it. Because the average person would say something like this, Anthony. Well, dude, if you gotta pay your rent, just go get a job and pay your rent. Or why didn't you just stay at your job until you were at a more comfortable place? That's the logical thing. But we didn't say living your logical dreams. We didn't say living your common dreams. We didn't say living your average dreams. The brand is called Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Hey, and honestly, it took me a while to be able to spell ridiculous, just like, you know what I'm saying? I'd be making a hashtag, having to look at it I spell ridiculous right?
Because you had to embrace the word.
Yeah, I had to.
When I was preparing, to come here and have this conversation with you today, I pray and I'm like, God, what do you want me to get from this? What do you want the audience to get from this? Tie this back into your word some kind of way. And there were two things I thought about when I thought about you and this brand.
Okay.
The first one was the scripture, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, and neither has it entered into the heart of man what God will do. So literally, so when you talk about the ridiculous dream God has for us, eyes have not seen it. That's one reason why it's ridiculous, right? Mm-hmm. I'm giving you the prerequisites for ridiculous. Eyes, people have not seen what your dream looks like for real.
Yep.
Ears have not heard. So I don't care what people hear about you, what they say about you, what they think about you, to your point about social media. Even if they think you got it together, that's only a fraction of what the manifestation of it looks like.
Yep,
so anything they think your lifestyle looks like or that you think that you accomplishing, that's only a fraction.
You know, I couldn't do fractions in school, so that might be why I be like,
you're like, wait, 1 plus what and half of what?
Like when you start to go like 1/2, okay, cool. I got that. That's a half.
That's
you know
a
what
half.
I'm saying? But then when you get to 3/4,
when it gets complicated,
and,
but think about it this way though. Even if, again, math is a very logical thing, we try to make life logical. God's math, God's economy is ridiculous. It makes no sense to the human mind.
Yep.
So I don't care how we try to make it fit. I don't care how you... I'm going to segue in a minute and talk about... Anthony and I've had some conversations about times when we try to like just do it ourselves. Like, well, it's not working the way God told me, so I'm just about to go get this job. I'm just about to go. I'm just going to try to make ends meet.
I'm going to talk about a job in just a second, too.
That's so funny. Hold on, I'm getting some crazy feedback. But anyway, I'm going to keep this going. Forget all this technology stuff that we got going on today. I'm buying that in the name of Jesus. Anyway, second thing I think about with you, your branding, your story, and shout out IG fam. I see some of the hearts coming through. Y'all must be really feeling this. This is speaking to some of y'all. So I got mine going. Yes, he's going. We got Facebook family going there too. But the second thing I thought about, how can you, as believers, think of dreams and not think of Joseph? And this brother was bold in his dreaming. So bold, and it was so ridiculous, and it made his brother so mad that he was persecuted for his ridiculous dream. He was sold into slavery for his ridiculous dream.
Yo, I just read about this too.
Yo, really?
Straight up.
And I thought about you, and I said, man, how hard it must be when people from your past, people who, because you still rock with a pretty tight circle of people from college and on through who have been like brothers to you.
Yeah.
But the reality is some people, they stand with you, but they don't always support the dream. Like they're there just to see how this thing turns out.
Right. I've thought about that. I mean, you know, I'm not one of those people who just get so down on the people who don't support. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I believe in, you know, rocking with your support system, because because you'll get more. Like if I got 5 people over here who support me, but I got 100 people over here who don't, like I'm gonna go to the 5. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get that energy from the 5 people, and you know we'll feed off of each other, so that the 100 people over there, like, you know, once they see the energy, they feel the energy, they touch it, then they can become supporters. But if you're not supporting, like, it's okay. I'm still cool with you.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Ridiculous dreams, that narrows the population right there.
Yeah.
Because they can't conceive, or they may not have their own ridiculous dream. So I want to, you guys are awesome. I see the emojis coming through and things like that. Let's talk about, you said you wanted to talk a little bit about the truth of being in a place. Oh, okay. When you're in a place, when people think that you've arrived, you got a couple of followers under your belt, whatever. got a few people that appear to be cheering you on social media and things like that. Social media, I haven't spent a lot of time on that space in a little over a week now. You guys probably noticed that. Because that's not my zone. Like, I do it just to give y'all the highlight reel, but it's not the day-to-day. Why did you choose to start being so transparent in that space on sharing the hard side of the ridiculous dream?
I mean, because, you know, it's a lot of people, like, entrepreneurship is sexy right now.
It is.
You
It's
know
the
what
buzzword.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, but I feel like some people, like, it's in some people, and some people it's just on them.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Ooh, wait, it's in some people, and for some people, it's just on them. What's the difference, Anthony?
Like, if it's in you, you can't take it out. If it's on you, like, you could just wash that off. You know what I'm saying? If you know,
Wow.
if you come into, like, okay, so say for instance, you come into a storm, you know, you get it wet, it's gonna wash it off you. But if you built for it, if it's in you, then it's in you. Like, nothing can wash it off. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Jesus,
it's in you.
That's another word. It's either in you or it's on you.
Straight up.
And when it's in you, you can't wash it away. You can't will it to go away. It's a part of your DNA.
Exactly.
It's a part of your DNA.
Exactly.
Talk about now. You talked earlier about, hey, one of the parts of the struggle is like, hey man, I got bills to pay. So it's like, okay, yeah, I need to make money to survive, but then it's like, okay, how do I get beyond that to really growing something good? What are some of the other things you're transparent about? Because some of y'all really gonna start following Anthony after this, because you're like, wait, what is this brother talking about on IG?
I mean, I'm pretty transparent about everything, you know, as far as like the journey, my life. Because I started the blog on my website, right?
Yeah.
So now the blog will give you another side of, you know, me and being transparent. You know, because I like to write. You know, I prefer to write my thoughts out than actually speak them, just because, you know, I consider myself to be some form of a writer. But I put my thoughts on the blog, and it's just about just everything, man. You know, waking up in the morning, like, not knowing, like, yo, am I going to pay the bills today? Or,
what's the day going to look like?
Yeah, what's the day going to look like? So, you know, it's pretty much just a day-to-day to kind of let you know where I'm at in life and, you know.
How do you welcome other people into that space to share their ridiculous dreams? That's one of the things I love about the brand is it's not just your story. It's everybody's story. Tell us about how you welcome others into the journey.
Well, I've started to, on Facebook and Instagram, say, like, let's talk about your dreams. You know what I'm saying? So, and I always say the line is open. So you can call me if you got my number. You can text me. You can message me or whatever, and we could just talk about your dreams. You know, it's not even about mine, because I'm putting mine on display. So I really want it to be all about whoever I'm speaking with, you know, and I want to be able to provide value, you know, like that, because I think talking about your dreams is taboo.
It is.
Honestly, you know, you never, like, if you got 5 people together, right, they can be friends or, you know, whatever. 9 times out of 10, they're not talking about their dreams. You know, it's just whatever's going on in the world right now. You know, but if you could talk about, because, like, it's almost like a form of therapy in a sense, because if you got a dream and you don't want to tell nobody, it's just going to sit there. But if somebody comes along and say, hey, yo, you can tell me about your dreams, like, let's talk about it. You know, if you can get it out, then.
Do you think it's taboo because something about the word dream, it feels flighty, or it feels, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's not concrete. It's like, oh, you just daydreaming. This is not even your reality. It's, you know, but it starts there. It has to start somewhere, right?
Exactly.
And sometimes you can feel a little awkward and crazy because people, it's hard because you don't want people to look at you like you're crazy. But the truth of the matter is, our dreams are probably really outlandishly crazy. Hence the word ridiculous. One of the things I want to challenge you guys, you just said you want other people just like, and he is so real. You can pick up the phone and literally call Anthony and say, yo, I want to talk about my dreams. I want y'all to call up here and talk to us today. Or for those of you still rocking with me on IG, Facebook, and all of that, or if you're listening in, call up here, 770-988-6461. again, you can call to the studio now. We want to hear your ridiculous dreams, right?
Yeah,
because this is a space where we can encourage you, because we're literally walking in our own personal ridiculous dreams, or even if it's just to pray for you and cover you in that season of knowing how to walk out your ridiculous dreams. So again, that's 770-988-6461. IG fam, Facebook fam, if you want to just type it in the comments, type your ridiculous dream in the comments. We'll shout it out, talk about it with you, and give you a little love, and make sure you make it through this season. So while we're waiting for some of those things to go through, you have a whole team that rocks with you and what you're doing. And a part of telling the story is creating the content to push the story out.
Right.
Talk about that side of the journey of Lords. So
the content, like for me, content is, they say content is king, right?
It is.
And before I heard somebody say that, like I knew, like, yo, I want crazy content, because you know, it's more than t-shirts. So you know what I'm saying? It's a whole visual thing. Like I would, like, you see how Gary V got his little daily vlog and stuff like that. I would love to have somebody walking around, you know, just
following you around.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, my life isn't that interesting.
But it's relatable.
It's true.
See, that's what we think. We think, look, let me dispel some myths for y'all, not to cut you off, but I want to make sure people understand. You're sitting there thinking, well, nobody wants to hear my story, or it's not that interesting, or my life is boring. I guarantee you there is somebody else on this earth that can totally relate. So to your point, yeah, there would be something, just even if it's just for a day.
Yeah. And just, you know, just content period. Like I really just want it to be seen and look dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't put enough into their content. And even in the coaching program, like we speak content, we talk, well, David preaches content. I mean, because you got to have different avenues for people to be able to connect. Like some people are going to get the visuals, you know, some people are going to listen to the podcast, you know, some people are going to, you know, be on your Facebook all day, but you got to,
because we all get information different ways, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you got to have different forms of content.
Yeah. I guess last week, Desiree Lee, she said the exact same thing. Like, whatever you do needs to be packaged and repurposed in different ways. Like, yeah, you might have a podcast, but the script may turn into a book, and then that book may turn into lessons and classes, and those classes may turn into speaking engagements, because people, like you said, are visual, you know, audible, and they need to catch it in different ways. And sometimes, I mean, you have to hear the lessons over and over repeatedly. So if you don't capture that content, it's hard to relive these moments, right? So, so again, family, if you are tuned in, we want to hear what your ridiculous dreams are. You can comment. What's up, IG family? I see a few more of you jumping on. So you can comment your ridiculous dreams. And to family, if y'all want to call in, 770-988-6461. So you can call up here and tell us about your ridiculous dreams. So what's next for Lords, Anthony?
Retail.
Okay.
You know, I got a couple of stores that I've been building a relationship with, and you know, we just got to get some merch in there.
Okay.
It's as simple as that. You know, yeah, it's as simple as that.
Okay.
Retail is next, but I also got the Stone Mountain thing that I'm
talk about it. I was waiting for you to say it. This is like the apex of what I wanted to talk about today. Tell us about the live Lords Living Our Ridiculous Dream event coming up.
Okay, so on September the 8th, right, what I want to do is have people, like, we all just go out to Stone Mountain and we walk to the top, and, you know, we have on Lord shirts. And, you know, and okay, so my planning at first was just to do it for the brand itself. You know, have it recorded and everything like that. But, you know, the more people I talk to, you know, I want to include a cause or something like that, right? So my best friend, he lost his nephew to cancer a couple of weeks ago. And, you know, he started the Jared Story Foundation, where basically we are trying to get with, you know, kids with cancer and try to help them to live their dreams. Wow. So we want to incorporate that into the Stone Mountain Walk. So, you know, we'll get to the top, and like I said, if anything is donated or money made, you know, we'll donate some of that to the Jared Story Foundation. But I really just wanted to be something cool, man, where everybody can challenge themselves to get from the bottom of something to the top of something. Because for me, you know, a big part of my journey was walking up Stone Mountain for the first time.
Yeah.
And, you know, I got this, and I'm gonna call it iconic because it's iconic to me. But I got this. I got
it's
this
your ridiculous dream.
Yeah, I got this picture.
Yeah.
The first time I walked to the top of Stone Mountain, you know, somebody took a picture of me. I had my hands raised like this because I was soaking in the moment and the energy, you know, of being at the top of, you know, just the mountain. And it was so symbolic for me that I want everybody to come out and let's create that type of moment together.
Yeah, and encourage one another about
Absolutely.
it. For those of you family who are not in Georgia, Stone Mountain's like that's like the go-to place, like especially for fitness enthusiasts, or it's no easy task really to climb Stone Mountain. And I think what I love about the concept of this event is we all have our own metaphorical mountains that we're climbing and living our ridiculous dream. It could be a mental mountain that you're trying to literally go through, push through. Because a lot of what Anthony and I are talking about, the hurdles, they're mental. A lot of it's mental. And then there may be just, you know, the strategy of how to get through your mountain. You just need to connect with the right people. It may be you come out and there's something about a physical demonstration of conquering something that gives you the extra push to physically and literally conquer something. And I've literally, if you're in the Atlanta area, we want to challenge you to come out on September 8th.
September 8th.
Okay. And we're going to support in that. To come out, live your ridiculous dreams, wear your Lord shirts. Where can they purchase the merchandise, Anthony?
So www.lordsislife.com, right? And in keeping with the theme of transparency, if you do happen to go on there are some shirts on there, but then some of the items are sold out because, you know, again, with this
That's good.
I mean, it's good, but with this entrepreneurship journey, like I need to have shirts on me. Like shirts, that's my currency.
Yeah.
So, you know, if I could, let's just say if I had like 500 shirts on me at all times, it wouldn't be an issue. You know, you go to the website, you order.
Well, pre-order.
That's what, you know, I've been working with some pre-orders lately, and I'm thinking about switching the model up for a while to doing pre-orders.
Absolutely. Well, hey, you say Lords is Life?
LordsIsLife.com.
LordsIsLife.com. That's also his IG, Lords is Life on IG. So again, oh, hey, I see some comments coming through. What's up, Labane? We love you. September 8th. Yes, please be there. IG fam. I see Advantage Coach Stephanie, thanks for rocking with us. Sushi King, Yuri, thanks for rocking with us. Let's see. I see Mission on here. Oh, therapeutically speaking, yes, this has been very therapeutic.
That's LaKanya.
That's LaKanya. Hey, LaKanya.
What up,
What's up? So look, y'all have been amazing. We're not ready to wrap up just yet because there's another part to the story.
Ain't no wrapping up.
It ain't no wrapping up. There's another part to the story we haven't quite told. I want to talk about strategic partnerships.
Okay.
How we even ended up here as friends, as, you know, college buddies, and hey, like getting back to a place now where you help each other build. Okay. So a part of living your ridiculous dreams is letting other people in to build with you. So you almost have to have a squad of ridiculous people to get.
Yo, and I think that's what I'm building. Is a squad of ridiculous people. Yeah, for real. Because even with me, you and Rick, our conversations are always centered around like, how can we do this big?
Bigger. It gets bigger. You need people that like that the ideas that they share with you scare you. Like literally like, oh my God. And you said that you're like, I'm excited, but I'm scared. Like this is crazy.
Yo, you know what though? Honestly, I'm always excited and scared at the same time.
Me too.
Like
I don't say it enough, but I am though.
Yeah, that's the norm. Like, you know, because I mean, you can even go into the whole mental health aspect with this too, because like I might wake up sometimes and anxiety be in the bed with me, like we slept together.
That's
like,
so.
You know what I'm saying?
That's but you know what? That's a part of the fight. I literally have experienced the very same thing you're talking about this week. Sometimes some days are like that. You wait, entrepreneurship, if you're not careful, you will go, this is what every day feels like. And you're trying to find some level of normalcy. And that's with any dream. I'm willing to be, again, we talking about transparency. I got a couple of ridiculous dreams.
Okay.
You want to hear them?
Yeah, let's
All
hear
right.
them.
While we're waiting on the rest of y'all to comment on your ridiculous dreams or call in at 770-988-6461. See, now if I say it, you going to hold me to
I got to. Because look, now that I've said Stone Mountain, like I'm
I'm
accountable.
And you were like, yo, I got this idea, right? But that mean I really got to do it, right? We were like, yeah.
I have to.
So I got this like ridiculous dream.
Okay.
I can't swim.
Okay. So let me jump in. Your ridiculous dream is going to be to learn how to swim.
Learn how to swim, right?
And swim across the Atlantic?
No, man.
Oh, okay.
No, that's
Okay.
that's not just only ridiculous. That's stupid. Let's be honest. Y'all gonna have the Coast Guard following me every inch of the way. No, I mean baby steps. For me, that's very symbolic for a lot of reasons. It's symbolic to me to finally face that fear and learn how to swim in this season, because I know literally God is calling me to go deeper with him, literally. And in order to deal with some things in your life, you have to be willing to jump all the way in. all fear aside, just throw all inhibition and just jump. And so what I said to myself at the top of the year, this is halftime, right? We said this is like our halftime check-in. We're trying to get you those dreams we had at the beginning of the year. We're trying to get you to pick that stuff back up. And I said at the beginning of 2018, I was like, yo, either I learn how to swim or I jump out of a plane. It's going to have to be one of those two. Either way, I'm going to have to jump.
Skydiving is on my list.
Man, look, I ain't jumping out no plane with you, homie.
I look, I jump out the plane by myself. As long as one of them dudes is behind me with a parachute. But
oh man. Look, wait, but that's interesting though, because I said the same thing. Like I'll go learn how to swim and like really challenge myself to jump in the deep end as long as there's an instructor standing right there. Which is the perfect segue to what I was talking about. You're not meant to live the ridiculous dream alone. Like, yes, there's a period of isolation because, Anthony, you talked about being in your apartment and having to pray, and having to really be alone. Sometimes you got to just turn the lights off and you have to hear the still small voice of God guide you because you don't know. Like I said, it's ridiculous. So you're not going to always know your direction.
Okay, hold on. You said turn the lights off. Is this like Teddy Pendergrass?
No, man.
Okay.
We keeping it Christian. We talking about turn the lights off and pray and meditate.
I'm sorry.
But
I'm sorry.
No,
God ain't through with me.
God ain't through with him yet. So listen. Oh, look, we had another comment come in. Fear and anxiety can be helpful in motivating us to achieve bigger and better. You're so right.
True.
So y'all hear me say all the time, do it afraid. Do it afraid. And so you were saying like I'm excited and afraid at the same time. But my point, like you're like, yo, I'll jump out of a plane, I'll skydive if there's an instructor with me. I said, I'll go learn how to swim if there's an instructor right there. So there's some people that have to be right there with you to catch you, coach you, and teach you how to do the ridiculous thing.
Yep. My dad can actually help you swim. When I was 7, he threw me into like 8 feet of water. Just threw me. And you know what I'm saying? And I went straight to the
Shout
bottom.
out, Pops. But, how did that turn out? Well, you still here, praise God, hallelujah.
Yeah, I made it. He threw me in, and I went straight to the bottom. And there was no struggle or nothing. I just went. And he jumped in and got me.
And so how did the lesson, you went back?
Yeah, I went back. I went back.
You went back for more. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I learned how to swim after that. And then before I knew it, I was at the YMCA diving off like the 12-foot board. You know what I'm saying? We was diving, doing flips. Yeah,
that gives me so much anxiety, just the thought of it right now.
But like the Kanye said, that's motivation.
Yeah.
If you're scared to swim, I mean, just go jump in the pool.
Look, so obviously Anthony has put out there some of his thoughts about ridiculous dreams. I've put mine out there, and many of y'all, I so love that you guys are rocking with us. So a lot of you guys that are coming are kind of our ridiculous squad, our people that cheer us on. We got Labane, I see Tawana, LaKanya still rocking with us, Stephanie, and all of you that are tuned in. Strategic partnerships, people that we partner with for our dreams. Talk about when you finally started to let people in on what you were building so that you're not building brick by brick by yourself.
I've just always been somebody that's been by myself. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's the introvert in me, maybe Aquarius like combined. I don't know, but I would just rather be alone. You know, but in business, I see like some of the places I struggle, some of the places I need help, and it's just like bring a team in, like bring people in who specialize in your weakness. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's no shame in that, because I think some of us want to. I mean, even myself, like you want to take, not necessarily have all the credit, but you want to be able to say like, "Yo, look what I did."
It's pride.
You know what I'm saying? Oh man.
Ego.
Yeah, exactly. And me and my ego, we had a fight last night, actually.
How did that turn out? Talk about that.
I think I won.
You think you won?
Yeah, I think I won.
How did you deal with your ego?
You know, I have to talk to myself and pray. Like it's that simple. You know, like we said earlier, it's really just you and God. You know what I'm saying? So if I start to feel prideful or something like that, before something happens to like knock me off, I want to pray and ask for forgiveness and stuff like that first. You know, just like I said, because I don't want to be one of them people who just like you think you can't be touched.
Yeah, man.
Like I've never considered myself that, but you know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure I'm not turning into that.
Total transparency.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to admit that, like, yeah, I got an ego problem. I got a pride problem. I know that I deal with that sometimes. I look around, I'm like, doing this by myself and nobody's helping me. Well, let somebody in to help you. Yep. Let somebody in. And so what I love, like we formed this like alliance in a way, you know, a community where it's like, yo, we reach out like, hey, I'm not okay today. I need some encouragement, and we'll start dropping scriptures, prayers, reaching out, whatever. You're gonna need some people like that. And to your point, I had to learn this. Some of my team members are listening in. I had to start being honest about what I'm not good at. I try to do everything. Well, especially when we talked about the entrepreneur space, when you're trying to save money. And it's like, yo, that cost me way more time and energy. I should have just coughed up the money and hired an accountant, hired a graphic designer, hired. And if y'all heard last week, Desiree Lee gave us our whole life when she said entrepreneurship, that's one person, but you have to start thinking like a small business. That's multiple people, and you're operating on a different level. So some of this whole entrepreneurship thing, you can't operate solo no more. You're called to a higher level. It's hurting you to do it that way. And I learned that when business became global for me, I started looking at how the world does business. No one is operating solo. It's a lie. And that's the thing again. My producer just bust out laughing. Courtney is like, he felt that. You felt that in your spirit, Courtney? Yeah, it's true. It's a lie. Stop lying to yourself, talking about, I got this. No, you don't.
You do not have it.
No, you don't. Lies from the enemy, from the pit of hell. I'm calling it out, not just for these guys because I love them, but for myself. So what you did was so important. You called out the lie. You called out your ego and said, yo, I'm not dealing with you today. I'm not going to wrestle with you today. I'm not going to let you get in the way. You have to call those things out and wrestle and attack them so that they don't continue to come back and hurt you in your growth, in your dreams, in your visions, and where you're trying to go. You have to also call out those things that are not as though they were, which is that dream, right?
Yep.
So how do you remind yourself of your dream, your ridiculous dream every day?
I mean, it's everywhere. Like I have,
it is.
You know, my wristband. You know, what I wear
you rep your brand.
Oh, I my shirts, everything.
Can I jump in? Yeah. Oh, yo, this is the first. Courtney, come up here. My producer's like, I want to jump in. He's not. They can't see you. My producer, look, y'all give some likes if y'all want Courtney to come up here. Yo. What's up, Courtney? What you got? Courtney want to jump in so bad. What's up?
Start the foundation as the brain.
Yeah.
And then start to create the shoulders. Like chess.
Yeah.
So let your palms become not like emo, but pretty much to become the shoulders that go out.
Yeah.
So you can create the palm. So you got to be the brain, and then you start to create, multiply.
Yeah. You duplicate, you like create your echo. I don't know if y'all can hear Courtney, but he said he just dropped a real like gem here that bars. you bars. So when you are the visionary, and God, I have to learn this every day. I have to remind myself of this. when you're the visionary, right? Hey, what's up, y'all? I got IG going over here for Anthony. I got my IG family over here. I got Facebook. But anyway, when you are the visionary, I say this all the time. The visionary is not meant, you can't be the boss and the employee at the same time. You're either God, if God gave you a vision, right?
True.
He's going to send the people to help you carry it, right? You got to let them in, but you also have to train them on how to be your echo. Does your team?
Desiree had me connected.
Yeah.
360.
Right. People become your advocates. We're each other's ambassadors. If y'all ask me about a t-shirt line or somebody, you need to talk to my boy. You need to talk to Anthony. I'm his ambassador. And if someone asks him like, hey, I need somebody to help me with content and media, hey, you need to talk to Melissa. We study each other's businesses and each other's brands, so that's real support. Like, yes, spend your dollars. Please spend your dollars, but really understand what it is that your friends are doing. What does it mean?
Right.
How can you intelligently speak about it and tell other people to go support them and tell other people how to do business with them?
And some people on social media share.
And if you're on social media, share. Man, look, that's like one of the biggest compliments to me when I see y'all. Like right now, hint, clue, y'all can share the Activation Hour radio show on 108 Praise Radio. That's my shameless plug. We live. Yeah, but that's the biggest compliment sometimes. If you, you might not have the money to spend. Share it with somebody.
Tell somebody else about it. Mm-hmm. I did a post once. It was a video that I created, and I just simply stated like, yo, tag somebody in this video who doesn't know about the brand.
I'm still that today.
You got to. Please.
Hey, can y'all do that right now? Can y'all tag somebody you know that need to be watching this interview and they're not on here right now?
Yeah, just share it with one person.
Sure.
One person to share it with, with the other one, and then it just keeps going.
That's how it grows. That's truly how it grows. What are some areas where you finally were able to partner and you've seen it benefit your business and your dream?
Well, okay, so as far as Rick goes, website work, Rick is helping me create campaigns and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. You are helping me to, with like the marketing side, the sponsorship stuff that you sent me the other day. Just basically
ideas.
Just ideas, man. We kind of put together a think tank, and you don't get that a lot. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You don't get people who want to sit down and just discuss ideas, discuss possibilities
without wanting something for it.
Yeah, now that's my thing. That's my thing. Like, yo, let's barter. You know what I'm saying? You remember on Baby Boy when Melvin was telling Tyrese, he was like, yo, we live by the barter system. You know what I'm saying? Like, when that came out, ain't nobody really know what it meant. Well, I ain't gonna say nobody. I didn't know what it meant. But now looking back, it's just like, yo, it's like a favor for a favor almost.
Mm-hmm. I have philosophies about that. When I had to pray about this, even like in our partnership. And I'm learning, because this is where God is like really working on me about knowing when to share and when to withdraw, when to like hold back and not give too much information. Because legitimately and rightfully so, we're all professionals in our own right. And we all deserve to be paid, because the brother talked about paying rent. Ooh, I can't barter to pay my rent. And this is I'm gonna play the other advocate here, because I have this conversation all the time. Bartering, I don't look at it as bartering as much as I do as sowing and investing. Okay. I'm not as good at bartering as I am with sowing. I learned that just as a Christian principle for me. I live a life where I sow good seeds. And if you know me and I've, spent money with you, if I've had a coaching call with you just free, like, hey, off the dome, and y'all know, like, when I get cranked up coaching, I can't stop. And some people like, that's crazy. You need to charge it. Yes, but I'm wise about when to charge, and I pray about it. I pray about who to sow into and give the information, and when to withdraw. Like, I'm intuitive enough, and God lets me know, like, hey, it's pull back. Because either one, I'm not sowing my ideas and my partnership into good ground where they're not going to really take it, or they're using it. And that's on them now. Right? I'm not going to sow a seed that won't grow and be fertilized. I'm very strategic about that. And this is why I learned I had to do that. because I look at the people who invested in me, Anthony, and I realize, man, if every one of them charged me for what they put and invested in me, I'd be broke.
Yep.
So I had to be strategic. That's why I call it strategic partnerships.
That's true.
Where it's not only a win-win. It didn't hurt me. Like, prime example. Yes, I get paid to help people with branding and marketing. But God put an idea in my spirit. Literally, I just met with you, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, yo, this is your campaign. And I was like, do I just get out of the way? And God was like, it's not yours anyway.
Amen.
It's not yours.
Shout out to God.
It's not mine. Like, really, if I didn't tell Anthony that idea, shame on me, because there was nothing I could do with it. His brand is not my brand. But I see how it blessed him. You'll know, and I hear bartering. I struggle with that because I can't pay bills with bartering. But what I can do is sow a seed. And if you're gonna give ideas to people, do so willingly. Mm-hmm. So willingly. I keep shouting out Desiree because I'm still reeling off of last week's show, yo. But she was like, the people you bless, how she say it? The people you help are oftentimes not the people that are going to bless you. Now, that's the goal. Like, if they can come back around, like, hey, I gave you that idea. You can come back and like, yo, look, I want to sow something into your business, but listen, I'm going to pay you for those services. Thank you, God. Hallelujah. I'm going to take it too. But right. So, yeah, I think some ideas just don't belong to you and they're meant to be shared. What do you think about that?
I agree completely. I think it goes into karma as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically the giving
sowing
and receiving. Yeah, sowing and reaping.
Yeah.
Because even for me, when I tell like Facebook, like, yo, the line is open, let's talk about your dreams.
And y'all ain't called up here yet.
We need y'all to call up here. Let's hear y'all dreams.
We want to hear it. 770-988-6461.
And let me repeat it. 770-988-6461. But I had someone call me the other night, right? And we talked for literally like 45 minutes. And it was about problems in her life. You know what I'm saying? But it led up to talking about her dreams. And for me, like, I'm not a coach or anything, like no consultant or anything like that. So, a lot of people, try to charge for like every single second, like, yo,
nickel and dime.
Yeah, you want to speak to me for 15 minutes, that's going to cost you everything like that. But I believe in pouring into people.
Yeah.
One thing that I've learned is through the coaching program, really, and just through life period, like whenever you get in a downtime or just, you feel stuck, find somebody to pour into. Find somewhere where you can sow a seed, because a lot of times what you get from that is just a great feeling and it's motivation. You know what I'm saying? That what you're doing can work. Like, you can make an impact on someone's life. Mm-hmm. So sowing and reaping is definitely important, especially when you're sowing them good seeds, and that's really all we're trying to. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do now. So hopefully, me and you will be able to do the same into each other's programs and brands and stuff like that.
Absolutely. I mean, we're doing that now by being here today. So just a quick recap. We talked about you have to acknowledge where you are in living your ridiculous dreams. Like, are you at the place where you're keeping the dream to yourself? Have you written the dream down? Writing it down. I love what you said earlier, Anthony, about being a writer. We're all writers. It's just a matter of if we're willing to release our story.
True.
Write it down, even if it's not for anybody else to read, but to journal. We need to journal where we are in the dream process so that you can look back at what God has done and what he's allowed. And then to inspire others, to encourage others in your story. So acknowledge, that was the first one. The second one was don't avoid, right?
Man, do not. Like, don't.
Yo, if y'all missed the first half, you got to hear this story about avoiding. I too have done that. People and situations that I tried to avoid, and inevitably I had to face those people in those situations to go further, faster. We talked about avoiding. We talked about partnerships. You're gonna have to align yourself with people. So acknowledge. I'm trying to package this up for y'all real good. So you gotta acknowledge.
Avoidance.
Well, avoidance, deal with avoidance, and then alignment with people. Alignment it's like the disciples' cross. I mean, you have to align with God's purpose and how He sees you, how He wants your life to look like, which is the vertical concept of alignment, and then horizontally, like who are the people around you that you need to align with and build strategic partnerships with and relationships with. And I think the last one in there is, I'm going to throw one last one before we wrap up.
Okay.
Is to live your ridiculous dreams, you have to accelerate.
Yo, you do. I mean, because if you get like, you got to go. You know what I'm saying? I try to be in a constant state of motion and momentum. Mm-hmm. And when I lose motion and momentum, that's why I say I got to pour into somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I like that you said that. That does give you fuel. And I know that I'm in a place of depletion right now. So I have to refuel by getting in front of God, but then also pouring it back out to somebody else. And that inspires me. The encouragement of fellow believers and encouragement of like-minded people. Accelerate. You said something real good. You have to go. Like, you had to go. Take what we gave you today and let whatever that ridiculous dream is, now's the time to go. Like, you can't just sit on it. What's the dream if you're going to sit on it?
Yo, it's the season right now.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing people start
open season.
Yeah, it's it right now. You know, because even for me, like, I've been in a state of I've been feeling stagnant lately, but I still been moving and like trying to provide value, and just little stuff been happening to let me know like, yo, it's about to explode in a minute.
Isn't that a great feeling?
It's a great feeling, and I want to run into it. I don't want to just walk into an explosion. Like, I want to run into it and run through it.
Wow, what a visual! Like, I want to run into the explosion. While other people are running away, I'm the one to run into.
Yeah, so like, picture this. This is the visual for it. You remember the song? What was it? Whitney Houston song? I Want to Run to You. Yeah. Can you sing? Okay.
I'm not the one to sing that song.
Okay,
No.
well, just so
Saints can't somebody call up here and sing that.
So
I ain't got that one.
So we got that song, and we got somebody running in slow motion through like an explosion. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. Like,
it's beautiful imagery, and I believe that God wants us to run to Him with our ridiculous dreams. Just like that, like He desires so much for us to like run. Like, God, I'm running to You with this. I'm running to You with my problems. I'm running to You with my ideas. I'm running to You with my whole heart, with my fears, with my worries. I believe that's really how you live your ridiculous dreams.
Amen.
That's it. That's all I got. Pass the collection plate.
That's it, man.
Anthony, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
It was like, I ain't nervous no more. I told you I was sweating a few minutes ago, but I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm chilling now.
Everybody come through here like, oh my gosh, look, y'all don't, IG fan, look, that's why y'all need to just come to the studio to see me. I'm going to let y'all in on what it looks like. My producer, Courtney's probably like, don't show the back. Like, it's hot in here. Yeah. Courtney back there. It's hot. It's hot under these lights. LaKanya says she going to work on her rendition of the Whitney Houston song.
Yeah, man.
We ready for it. We ready for your remix. Family, Tawana, Labane, those of you. IG fam, I'm going to say bye to y'all until later, but we love you, okay? Y'all, share this video with somebody. Share it with somebody. Bless somebody. I had fun today. I needed this. I needed this today. To be reminded to pick the dream up. Like, it can get hard carrying it by yourself.
LaKanya on my live now.
What she told? Oh, she was like, y'all ain't gonna block me, y'all. I'm sorry. I dropped mine, and the people from my live jumped over to his. Y'all not ready to let this interview go. Y'all are so dope. I love y'all tremendously.
What? So basically,
what are they saying on your IG?
No, I'm telling everybody, okay, we're gonna let this run for another hour. No, I'm just joking.
No, but what we do want you to do, share this with somebody, live your ridiculous dreams, go support Anthony. We use the hashtag, like, you want people to post their dreams. What are we doing? What's our challenge right now?
Okay, so you can just say like what your ridiculous dream is. You can do it in a video, an IG story, Facebook, like anything you want to do, and just hashtag living our ridiculous dreams.
Living our ridiculous dreams, hashtag. Well, I'm gonna look out for them, and if I see them, I'll repost them.
Yeah,
on Activation Hour.
Yeah, please do. Because it's our ridiculous dream. Like, it's not just mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
I like that. Yeah, it's not just mine. It's ours.
Yeah, it's ours, man.
Love it.
Because eventually, I want to fall back and start to showcase everybody else living their dreams.
Yes.
You know, that's
Yes.
I think that's where it's going to start turning into.
Yeah, it's more than a movement. It's a journey. We're going to keep the journey
It's a
going.
journey.
September 8th, meet us Stone Mountain Park. We are climbing the mountain to live our ridiculous dreams, make it to the top together, and encourage one another. Go to... We don't get tired.
Hey, but you know what, though? I've been going to Stone Mountain.
You've been conditioning. You so unfair.
But listen. So 3 years ago, we started to go to Stone Mountain, right, for the first time. And one day, I was exhausted from, doing something the night before. Not what you think, but just like, whatever.
Just tired. You got to be rested.
Halfway through, my legs gave out. And I didn't go up to the top. And I never went back for 3 years. Like, I literally never went back. But I went to Stone Mountain. I think me and my girl went about 2 weeks ago. And we walked up. And I was like, this it? It was it.
But that's because you kept going back.
Exactly.
You accelerated. Okay, I wasn't gonna tell this, but the one time I went to climb Stone Mountain, I hated it. Yo, this was a long time ago. I was dating this dude, and he really loves doing that kind of stuff. And I was like, well, I'm gonna do it since he wanna do it. I was pissed off. I was mad. I was super mad. I was like, can we just go to Waffle House? I was pissed. and I made it like literally. I think and I haven't gone back since then. So I literally could see the top, and I gave out, like right there at the top, like where the rail is, and I was just like, I can't do it. Like my legs just wouldn't move anymore, and I was like, I would have rather probably stopped in the middle than to be that close.
Yep.
So, you tried walking it too, Courtney?
No, I never did.
You never done it?
Well, you gotta come September 8th. We need you there. We're gonna do it in the morning.
We're gonna get Courtney on the mountain.
Yep. We're gonna
yes, Lord.
We're gonna try to have Lord shirts for everybody.
We want everybody rocking your Lord shirts, living our ridiculous dreams.
Yeah. So if you don't have one,
yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna set it up.
Get the flyer out.
And it's gonna be recorded too. Like I'm gonna try to have like 3 to 4 cameramen there.
We want to document.
Yeah, we're gonna document it and like really turn it up.
Mm-hmm. So we can capture your story.
Yeah, we want to
climbing your mountain.
Yeah, but also we want to make sure that we speak to everybody going up too. What's your ridiculous dream? Why are you out here? What do you hope to gain?
We having people who are out there passing out, trying to talk and walk at the same time. Like, I just want to make it up the mountain.
But we're gonna provide water as well.
We got you.
Yeah, no, we're gonna have water bottles. All of that.
Yeah, I love it. This is awesome. Family, thank y'all for tuning in with us today. Anthony Hezekiah, thank you for transparently living your ridiculous dream. Lords, go support LordsIsLife.com. Follow him on IG. Lords is Life.
Lords is Life on IG. Living Our Ridiculous Dreams on Facebook.
Yeah.
You can follow the journey off the website, LordsIsLife.com.
Yeah.
Go to the blog, man. I'm trying to
read the blog.
Yeah, I really want to give y'all everything in my blog.
Absolutely. So, family, you've heard it here, the tips on how to live our ridiculous dreams. And again, my word of the day, the scripture of the day, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, neither has it entered into the heart of man what God is doing for you, what he has in store for you. And so go out, live your ridiculous dreams. Thank y'all for tuning in. You've been with me, your girl, Melissa D, right here on the Activation Hour with my special guest, Anthony Hezekiah, right here on 108 Praise Radio, where we're always voicing the gospel. I'll see you next week, family. Bye. Amen.